Hello viewers, welcome you all to a tele lesson on advertising management meant for our MBA students. Advertisement plays a very important role in selling either a product or a service. This is because it is mainly through advertisement the customers will come to know about a particular product, all the relevant information relating to a particular product or a service. That is why today's organizations, particularly the MNCs, they are spending crores of rupees to advertise about their product or service. To explain more about advertisement, what is advertising management, its importance, the objectives of advertising, we have two eminent experts in our studios with us today. On my immediate left, Professor V. Venkaya is here. Professor V. Venkaya, he is Professor of Department of Business Management and he is Executive Director, Professor G. Ramareddy Research Academy of Distance Education of Dr. B. R. Ambedkar Open University.
Viewers.
Next to him is Professor H. Venkateswarlu. Professor Venkateswarlu is Dean Faculty of Commerce of Osmania University, Hyderabad. Hello sir, I welcome both of you for today's discussion. So, first of all I request Professor Venkaya to explain about the concept of advertising in a more comprehensive way. Professor Venkaya.
Well, advertising refers to any paid form of non-personal presentation of ideas or goods or services by an identified sponsor. We know these are the days of competition. Modern marketing companies are required to do in a big way to extend advertising to promote sales of the company. A company designing a good product, fixing a right and attractive price and making available the product to the target customers at different locations, these three measures are not enough. There is a need to communicate to the customers about the products that they sell and the product attributes, the functional benefits of the products to the customers and so on. And hence, marketing communication plays a predominant role in today's competitive world. And in fact, I may go back to the concept of promotion. The promotion mix, I mean, refers to the different tools used by the marketer in the communication system. There are 5 tools. The number 1 is advertising, number 2 is personal selling, number 3 is sales promotion, number 4 is public relations and publicity, and the last one is direct marketing. All these 5 methods are elements of promotion mix would help the marketer to take information to the customers. And communication is a very complex and critical process, and marketing managers are facing with challenges of how to optimize the expenditure spent on marketing communication to accomplish the marketing objectives. Advertising, particularly in the case of the FMCGs, fast moving consumer goods, and for that matter broadly in the case of all consumer goods, advertising plays a very predominant role, and without advertising it is just difficult for the marketers to promote the sales of the company, to build their market share, to withstand the competitive pressure, to develop brand image or to build brand equity. These are the important objectives for which advertising is used. Precisely, advertising refers to the process of taking communication to the customers to accomplish marketing objectives. It is defined by the American Marketing Association as any paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods or services by an identified sponsor.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Venkaya. Professor Venkateswarlu, while explaining the concept of advertising, Professor Venkaya, he explained to some extent the importance of advertisement, and particularly we all know that today's world is highly competitive. Number of goods and services are available nowadays compared to earlier days. So, will you please highlight more the importance of advertising in today's competitive world and also the role of advertising?
The role and importance of advertising in Indian context has to be understood in 3 directions. the very first importance of advertising is to be seen in terms of economic growth. Advertising basically generates demand for products, which in turn helps the economy. That is, we have more production, more employment, and that is how the economic growth is possible. That is the basic importance of advertising, whether it is in a developing country or even in developed country. That is number one. In fact, there is an evidence that advertising leads to a higher standard of living in an economy. Then number two is advertising's importance has to be understood, as Professor Venkaiah has already said, in terms of the success of a company. The success or failure of a company in today's globally competitive world, where the market is not one country, but the market is many countries. Without advertising, it is almost impossible for any company to make its brands a success. Therefore, to compete and therefore to build brands and therefore to make the companies earn more and more market shares, we have many examples within our country that advertising is helping the companies to do all which are very relevant for the success of a business. Then the third and most important part of advertising is advertising basically helps the consumer. Now, consumer we have been treating him as a king. Now, how consumer can become a king? Consumer can become a king only with the power of information, and advertising plays the role of providing the relevant information to the consumer, where consumer can first have information and then exercise a choice, and not only exercising the choice, but advertising leads a consumer to have a better deal, a better bargain, a better negotiation, and ultimately the right choice for a consumer, which is very, very critical for any economy, and even it helps the company. That is, therefore, the importance and role has to be seen in terms of its contribution to the economic growth and its contribution to the success of business, and also its contribution to helping the consumers, making consumer awareness and making helping the consumers to have a better choice.
Better choice. Thank you, Professor Venkateswara. Professor Venkaiah, is there any particular process to develop or to design this advertising program?
Yes, certainly there is a given process, it is sequential. In developing any advertising program, the first step is we call it mission. There are 5 steps in developing an advertising program.
Okay.
This process consisting of 5 steps is known as 5 M's of advertising. The first M stands for mission. The mission refers to the objectives of advertising program. What are the objectives of advertising program? I said that broadly the company's objectives were so and so. Now, in fact, the objectives are so many. One Russell H. Coley stated that there could be as many as 52 objectives for an advertising program, and all these objectives could be classified into 3 categories. Number 1 is to inform, the objective is to inform. Number 2 is to persuade, and number 3 is to remind or to reinforce. And to set the objectives as to whether the objective is towards providing information or to persuade the customers to buy our brand, or to reinforce among our customers to buy the brand. These are the 3 important objectives. This is what is called mission. The second is money. How much money do we spend? What is the outlay that we provide for advertising? It is called advertising budget.
The budget.
How much money do we spend for the campaign to launch a particular product or to improve the market share of an existing product, and so on. The third one is message. What message should be given to our customers? What message? That is the third M, message. The fourth one is media. What media vehicles should be used or what media mix strategy is to be used, what type of media would be suitable for our ad campaign is the fourth important measure. The last one is, last M is measurement. This is very, very important because this refers to evaluating the impact of advertising expenditure on the accomplishment of accomplishment of the advertising objectives.
Objectives of the
Yes,
advertisement.
this is how the impact measurement is to be evaluated, and that is fifth M. The 5 M's, this is the process.
So, the
mission,
money,
money,
message,
message, media
and
and
measurement.
measurement.
Okay.
These are the 5 steps which are known as 5 M's of advertising campaign, advertising program.
So, I think it is better to explain or discuss these 5 steps in a more detailed way in our second half of our discussion. So, I request Professor Venkateswarlu garu to first of all explain the objectives of advertisement. The first M actually what Professor Venkat explained, the mission.
Yeah, already our professor has explained. I would like to slightly take a different route which will be more clearer to the students. The purpose or objective of any advertising has and can be linked to a theory which is known as a selling theory, that is known as AIDA.
Okay.
AIDA.
Okay.
Any advertising money that is spent by a company first has to generate attention of the consumers. It must have attention value, that is the primary and the most important job of any advertising campaign. Then the second one is to generate some interest in consumers' mind. Yes, there is a brand, can I think about it? This is the second objective of an advertising. The third is slightly at a higher level. If an advertising can create desire in consumers' mind to own that brand, and then finally, if it can lead the consumer to take him to a store and buy a brand, then we can say the advertising campaign is a success. So, there are certain other basic objectives of advertising. I mean, these days in a competitive world, even the most successful brands would go for very heavy and intense advertising, that is mainly to avoid any competition and also continuously building the brands. There are many brands that we see in our Indian market, though they are having about 60 to 70% of market share, they continue to spend heavily on advertising. It is mainly keeping the brands aloft and keeping the brands ahead of the competition, and sometimes also disallowing the competition to enter the market. That is, always they want to make sure that their brands are far ahead of the competition. So, the basic objective is these 4. Then you can say market share, as professor has already said, and these are mostly the companies are going to build the brands, that is they do not mind spending probably for 10 years, 20 years, but they would like to.
Nowadays, the PLC, the product life cycle became very, very short in this competitive world.
That's right.
So, introducing new brands and for all these things.
Correct.
Okay, thank you, Professor Venkateswarlu. So, Professor Venkaya, let us take over the second M, that is money, advertisement budget.
Right.
How actually the companies allocate. So, this is the amount to be spent on advertisement.
Maybe before I go to the methods of allocating funds or advertising budgeting methods, let me say that how much money should be spent is a company specific issue. In the sense, what is the market share of the company? If the market share is very high, it is likely that the company can spend less amount. Number 2 is, what is the life cycle stage of the product or service? If the introduction stage is the life cycle stage of the product or service, heavy advertising may be required. And if it is in maturity stage, reminder advertising is necessary. That is how the second important is life cycle stage is to be considered.
It is linked with the life cycle.
Yes. Number 3, the degree of competition, how intense the competition is. If the competition is very high, and if the competitors spend lot of money on advertising, substantial amount, the company has to follow suit to compete with the competitors' advertising campaign. And fourth is substitutability of the products. If the substitutes are there, for the product, again advertising expenditure is to be more. These are some of the factors that any company would consider. Then these factors having considered, they will decide they will spend some money for advertising, but there are different methods in place or practiced by the companies. Number one is affordable method, that is, it is also called as you can afford method. It means the company will spend the money that it can spend on advertising, and it is said that if there is a budget of budget possibility of 1 crore rupees this year, it will be 1 crore only as against 5 crores last year. It means last year the company could afford 5 crores, this year it is only going to spend 1 crore because it cannot afford 5 crores this year. This kind of approach, as you can afford, as the company can afford. But the problem is that it is not objective oriented. The company is not looking at the task, or company is not looking at the kind of objective that it has to accomplish through advertising. The second one is percentage to sales method. This is, most of the companies do follow this. This is an easy method to be implemented by any company. But here there is a problem that sales are the result of advertising, but we are deciding advertising expenditure based on sales. It is reversing the principle. Like, now how do we decide? The percentage of sales method is such that we can take current year sales or anticipated sales for the next year. This is how they can take the basis. Sometimes automobile industry, like for every car they sell, they fix an amount which may constitute a given percentage of the car price in that particular year. This is how percentage of sales method is the second method in use. The third one is competitive parity method. The competitive parity method refers to whatever our customers are doing, we also do. There is a principle that people believe that the industry wise the competitors are, wisdom is there in spending money, and hence we borrow the same concept of spending money as our competitors do. Again, the competitors' strengths vis-a-vis the weaknesses could be different from the strengths and the weaknesses of the company under question. So, again there is some limitation here, and competitive parity method is one way better, that because competitor is spending lot of money on advertising, as a retaliating marketing strategy he does it. The last method that is widely used is objective and task method. This is said to be the most appropriate and useful method, or a method of scientific nature. Why? The budget decision depends on the objectives of the advertising campaign. First, the objectives are to be listed. Then, to accomplish these objectives of advertising, what are the activities or what are the tasks involved? So, we have to identify the tasks involved and estimate the expenditure required for each task, and the total expenditure required to meet the advertising objectives by implementing the, or by taking up the activities or tasks, will be the total amount that the company would earmark for the advertising expenditure. This is said to be one of the scientific methods, and most of the companies do follow this because there is a purpose. They are starting with the objectives and estimating the expenditure based on the tasks required to be undertaken. That is how it is said to be one of the good methods. But in practice, most of the companies do follow more than one or a combination of
any of them,
any two of them, they will follow depending on. And the company, for example, the same company would follow for brand A, method A, and for brand B another method. Methods. So, it depends on the situation for that particular brand in the market.
So, Professor Venkateswarlu, the third M, that is message. It is through message particularly the customer will come to know about a particular product. or a service. So, will you please explain the importance of message and the importance of advertisement copy, how to prepare them?
Advertising is basically a specialized job, and a lot of creative thinking is required. And most of the companies, they spend a lot of money on identifying on which platform to sell a brand. There are many appeals, there are many types of messages, and that alone builds up the personality of a brand. Brand also has a life.
Yes.
Now, that is the importance of message. It is not just what we are going to communicate to the consumers, but what particular theme, that is I can say what unique selling proposition a company develops, and ultimately that will be deciding the life and psychological profile of a brand. So, one is creative thinking, that is number one. Then this job is done by specialists. Mostly companies do not like to do the things on their own, and then companies may indicate the appeal, such as price appeal. There are many brands. Price appeal does not mean only low price, it could be a higher price or lower price. Many companies, they go for quality appeal, that is message is built up around the quality. Sometimes some insurance companies, they would even use a message like fear appeal, and love and emotion. Of course, most of the consumer products they use. So, it is the message is always a blend of a rational and emotional appeal, and messages are built up by the special agencies. They do a lot of research, and talking about a little about the copy. In the case of print, you have a headline. The headline talks basically what your brand is. Then the thing, maybe there is a text. The text explains all about the brand, and probably a print also may have a small slogan. I mean, many of the brands are very famous for the slogan, which can be used in print advertising and as well as the television advertising. These days, when we look at the television advertising and when
These
we are
slogans,
analyzing
I think
the,
they will even help the customer to recall them when they go for some shopping
exactly,
or
exactly. I mean, the memory value is
memory
very
value.
high.
So,
if
thank you, Professor
develop a
Venkateswarlu.
slogan.
I think we are running short of time. I request Professor Venkaya to explain briefly about the fourth term, that is media, through which the advertisement should reach the customer.
Media mix strategy, that is very important. Again, the media mix is decided based on the amount available, and for any decision in advertising, for that matter in marketing, there are two factors that we should consider. Number one is the target market, number two is buyer's motives. These are the two. And then again, now coming to the media planning or media strategy, what is the function of media? The different types of media used or employed to take the communication to our target market is called media mix. Then what kinds of media do we make use for this purpose depends on the money that we earmark, number one. So, in other words, media planning is the process, media plan is the output. Media plan is an outcome of media planning. Now, what is media planning? Media planning refers to the designing of the course of action of optimally utilizing the advertising space and time for achieving the advertising objectives. So, this is the definition of media planning. Media planning results in media plan, and media plan is the decision making process is already finalized to take the communication to the customers, right. Now, the questions answered through media planning include: how do we match the media audience to the target market, target audience. So, the process is to match the media audience and the target audience, that is the first important thing. Number two is, how do you reach more people? That is what is technically in advertising we use reach, how many exposures, how many people will be exposed to the advertisement that we issue, and media frequency is there. How frequently do we give? All these decisions, for example, depends on the money available essentially. The media planning is the process that defines and designs the optimal utilization of the media space, both in terms of advertising space and time, for the benefit of the company and to achieve the advertising objectives.
And the organizations may choose any media, maybe TV or radio or newspaper or hoardings or whatever it may be.
A combination of a few of these media vehicles.
So, Professor Venkateswarlu, coming to the last one and the most important one, that is measurement. How to measure the effectiveness of it?
Measurement is basically in terms of two, that is advertising is supposed to communicate, advertising is supposed to increase the sales. So, any measurement is in terms of communication and sales. Then the communication can be evaluated in terms of pre-launch, even before you launch your advertisement, in terms of its attention value and those things, and even after the ad is launched we can go for a post-launch, and for sales effect probably we can go for certain historical methods, or some companies can take up the experimental approach to evaluate the impact of advertising on sales. So, basically these are the two things ultimately we have to evaluate, that is whether we have communicated to the audience, targeted audience, whether the communication has resulted in sales. These are the two major things how advertising is to be evaluated.
Is there
and
any
it has
link
to be
between the budget and the
process.
measurement? Is there any linkage between the advertising budget and the impact of advertisement?
Definitely, definitely. There are many brands, there are many cases where in terms of low sales, in times of low sales, advertising, creative advertising has led to increase in sales.
So, thank you Professor Venkaya Garu, and thank you Professor Venkateswarlu Garu for being with us today and for explaining in detail about advertising, its impact and the role of advertising in today's competitive world. Thank you.
Thank you very much.